Hey y'all, welcome back. This is the part 2 of the Pizzazz hair install. If you missed the unboxing, go watch part 1 because we are not starting over. Let's jump into it. Let's jump straight into this video. First thing you want to do is take your hot comb and push all of the hairs to the back. You don't want any hairs, even the ones that you're going to use for your baby hairs. You don't want any of those in the way. And that's what this is going to remove for you. All right, now I am starting with a clean base. So my cap is on. Yes, my hair is braided down. And you are going to need patience. Patience is going to be required throughout this process because if you rush this part, the install will tell on you later. And spoiler alert, y'all will see exactly what I mean. Now, as we see, I did just go in with some Ruby Kisses concealer only on my cap. I did not put anything on the actual wig itself. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and get those ear tabs cut off. I know some people don't like cutting your lace, but for a good install, you're going to have to cut those ear tabs, babe. So, like so, you want to part it out. You don't just want to cut because it will cut the hairs and make them super short right there on that side. So you see how it's a nice fit. We're going to do it again on this side as well. Part it out. Take your scissors and cut that excess off. Take your time, babe. Take your time. Now, when it comes to these lace wigs, you will have hair and everything else sticking up under that lace. Again, patience and take your time and pull those hairs off. And now this bag tab. I get the question all the time. What do I do with this piece? Cut it off, babe. Just cut it off. And boom, just like that. The prepping is done. Now what we're going to do is position our wig where we want it to sit. I'm not one of God's favorite with extra forehead, so mine sits pretty low because I have a low hairline. Find where you want yours to sit. Hey, so y'all remember how I said this is going to take patience, and if not, your install going to tell on you later? Well, y'all see prime example. I did not wait for this glue to dry, so now my cap is pushing back. But that's okay. I'm going to show you how we going to work around that. Now, I am going in with 5 layers. I'll be using the Erica J glue. I'm using a popsicle stick to put mine on. But you can really use whatever you can get your hands on as long as it's going to spread that glue thin. And if you heavy-handed with the glue, that lace going to be sliding by the night. And we don't need that, okay? So get something that you can spread it thin, even layers. That piece where my cap is coming up at also, remember, I am kissing my hairline with the glue. I'm not taking it as far back on the cap in this little area right here as I am where I actually have cap it. Y'all see what I'm doing, but hopefully it makes sense how I'm explaining it also. Now we did go in with 5 layers. Now that they are dried clear, we just want to lay the lace right before where our glue starts. You don't want to be aggressive with it at all. You don't want to have to pull or tug your wig to fit. You just want to be able to lay it in the glue. And if it's not where you want it, and that's why you want to position it first, as y'all can see, I didn't like the placement, so we pick it up and we actually place it where we want it to go. And now you want to take your fingers. I like to use a comb, but you could take your fingers and press it in. And now we're on to the sides. And it's going to be the same process. No heavy hands over here. Thin, even layers, especially because we're building them up to 5. I do my middle first and then my sides. As y'all can see, this process does get repetitive, so I won't yap y'all head off. I'll just let y'all watch and follow along. Once these layers are dry, we're going to follow our same process, just setting the lace into the glue. Taking our comb, pressing that in, and letting the glue do its job. I can't even lie. This is the part where I go to feeling myself. Y'all can see the personality just coming in. But we are going to get our hot comb and we are going to go in and just repress that lace into the glue. Right now, this is the glue time to shine. But we got to help it a little bit. Once everything is laid down, it's time for the melt. So I am going to go in with my elastic band and lay that along my hairline. This is the first melt. Melting your lace is what's going to take you from okay to girl who did your hair. And we always want girl who did your hair, even if we did it ourselves. Now, I am going to go in and sew my back down. I was doing my hair for a trip I was going on. I was going to be gone for a week, and I didn't want to have any problems. The wig does come with a comb in the back. So if you have a back anchor braid, which you should, if you don't, that's fine. But if you have a back anchor braid, you can just stick the comb in there. Now, quick tip, while you're sewing your wig down, if you do decide to do that and you do it with the lace band on, make sure you're sewing just the wig and not your lace band to your wig. Now, after about 10 minutes of leaving that first band on for the melt, I am going to go in and pluck this lace a little bit. Now, if you watch part one, you'll know this was supposed to be pre-plucked, and it just was not pre-plucked to my liking. If y'all can tell, the hairline is very boxy and Steven Seagal like. That's not what I want. So I'm just going in on that first row to break that up a little bit. Now, of course, you can pluck a whole lot. You'll get way more hair than that to come out. I really wasn't going for that because I don't like a overplucked lace. And by now, I know you're probably watching this thinking this is a lot. And to be honest, it is. But practice makes improvement. Once you figure out your routine and what works for you, because it's multiple different ways to put on a lace, it does get easier. And of course, by default, you get better. So stick to it. Just try it. You got this. All right, y'all. So now that we're done with the plucking, you want to make sure you comb through the hair, get all those loose hairs out of your way. And now we get to cut the lace off so we can see what we're really working with, if it's any extra we need to glue down. And if you can tell here, I do cut off a little bit of the lace in the front. Well, not the lace, but I do cut off a little bit of the hairs in the front. That just helps me maximize getting a natural hairline without actually having to over pluck the hairline. Hopefully that makes sense. If it don't, that's fine. Y'all will see what I mean once you see that melt. And we want to repeat the same process on the other side. We want to take our scissors and just cut all the lace down, getting as close to the hairline as possible. Once you cut all your lace off, now you're going to be able to see the pieces that did not get any glue. We use 5 layers of glue for the install. So yes, we're going to use 5 layers of glue for these little pieces that didn't get down. And while it's drying, I am going to go in with more of the Ruby Kisses that we started with on our cap. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my lace. I'm really just using the excess on the brush. And y'all, you want to make sure those layers dry clear too. Listen to what I say. Don't do as I do. Like our parents used to tell us, I know I didn't let that dry all the way clear. But if you are new to this and you are beginning, please let it dry clear, because not allowing it to dry clear, it can get messy. And we want a good install, y'all. We want a good, clean install. Now look at me. I don't even know how to act. Look at me. Just cute as I want to be. Hair, yeah. Hairdo. Now it's done. That's us. Yeah. Back with our handy dandy hot comb. And y'all already see the melt. And we haven't even done our second melt. And it's already coming together. Please. Not too much on me. Yeah. And what about it? Yeah, scalp. And what about it? Now, we do have this white cast, but we want to remove that. So for the second melt, we're going to go in with the Kiss Freeze Spray in our blow dryer. Now, this is really sticky and it will make your lace lift up. So you want to go in with this piece, or with this step. You want to also go in with your blow dryer. And you want to make sure it's dry before we go back in with that second melt. And y'all see, scalp. I was born with this. I was born this way. I was born this way. Okay, let me relax. Y'all blow dry it, and you can tell from the side I put it on to the middle piece that I didn't, the difference. And we're going to do that along the whole hairline. Okay, let me hush. I'm going to hush for real and let y'all just watch now. If you made it this far in the video, you so real for that. But the hard part is done, so now you can breathe. Once you're done blow drying, you want to go back in with your lace band and leave that on for another 15 to 20 minutes. I'll be catching y'all in part 3, where we do go over the styling as well as my final thoughts on this overall wig from Pizzazz. You don't want to miss it, and I can't wait to see you. So until next time, bye.